This Parliament is in session. Honourable Leader of Government Business.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe most honourable members would have heard the address by the Honourable Member for the City, the Minister of Health and Wellness, a few moments ago, announcing to the country that Barbados has had its first 2 cases of the COVID-19, and preparations have therefore been put in place for us to move as a country to stage 1. Over the course of the past few weeks, Barbados has been readying itself, ministry, government officials have been readying itself for the possibility or the eventuality that such a situation could arise on our shores. We have, I believe, satisfied ourselves and certainly the country that we have been taking all steps in the event that this day would come. This day is now upon us, sir, and in the interest of all Barbadians, we are asking all members and certainly the entire country not to engage in any state of panic, but to reflect on the fact that we have been preparing the country and that the government of Barbados believes that at this stage we are ready to confront whatever may be on the horizon. As a consequence, sir, you know that we are in the middle of the appropriations bill, consideration of the bill. We have therefore, as a government, decided that we would move to postpone further consideration of the appropriation bill at this stage until Friday at 10 a.m., the 20th of March. But I want to take the opportunity to remind all persons that stage 1 is obviously a step up from stage 0, which is where we were just a few hours ago. And stage 1 immediately means that the government of Barbados will activate the National Emergency Operations Center for National Preparedness. This will obviously be as a result of the plans that we have made in preparation for today. We will also activate the isolation center and all of the various facilities which we have been speaking to in relation to isolation are in a state of readiness in preparation to take these cases, but also in the event that there are other cases that are confirmed. I believe the stage 1 also will facilitate the continued planning in terms of persons who may wish to contact the Ministry of Health and Wellness if persons present with symptoms. And therefore, I want to give the public, certainly, and all Barbadians as well, the assurance that all steps are being taken by the government of Barbados to certainly contain the spread of COVID-19 and to take all necessary precautions that are necessary at this stage. So with those few words, Mr. Speaker, I beg to move that further consideration of the appropriation bill be suspended until the 20th of March at 10 a.m.
Honourable Leader of the Opposition, do you wish to say anything at this point in time?
Thank you very much, Speaker. Just a few words. Let me join my voice from this side with that of the leader of the business. They are appealing to Barbadians to, as far as possible, retain a sense of calm. It is especially important that we do not.
John, you might, Mr. Leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Let me join my voice with that of the Leader of Government Business in appealing to Barbadians to retain a sense and spirit of calm in the midst of the threat, which has become more immediate for us. One of the biggest enemies that we can have at this time is a spirit of panic and a fear that is uncontrolled. For several reasons, I believe that we can retain calm as a nation, as a people. This is not entirely unanticipated as a development. Not only is it not unanticipated, it has also been planned for and prepared for, as we have been informed every step of the way. From this side, the opposition will want to express confidence in our medical professionals and our public health professionals to properly manage the situation and to give us advice and guidance as is necessary. I also appeal to Barbadians to trust the government. It's not a question of trusting the Barbados Labour Party. It's not a question of trusting any individual. It's a question of trusting an institution. And the institution of government in Barbados has been one which has served us well over the years. So I appeal for trust in the government. We need to follow the advice and guidance that comes from the lips of our health service professionals and providers, and follow all of those protocols with due prudence and due care, so that we ourselves as individuals can be protected, and so that we ourselves individually do not constitute a further threat to others. We need to make sure that we take special care of those who are most vulnerable and those who perhaps are most immediately related to us, and look out for them in such a way, reflecting very carefully on the fact that sometimes looking out for them with prudence and care may mean observing a certain social distance from them. A plan is fine, and we have been given a plan outlined to us in stages. We are now at level 2, and the plan is fine, and we trust stage one, sorry, and we trust the authorities to guide us properly through that if it has to be escalated or elevated. But beyond the plan, I come from a perspective in life which suggests that prayer is the most potent weapon we have in this situation, and I urge those who believe in such to join together in heart and bend their knees together and come before our God, who has always been for us a refuge and a shelter in the time of trial. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I also want to use this opportunity to urge all Barbadians that this is a time for national collaboration and national unity, and for all hands to be on deck, all hands to act as one and in unison. Even though, yes, it has reached this stage, we are a resilient country. We are resilient Barbadians, and I have no doubt that acting together that we can overcome this. I urge all of us to be cautious and careful and adhere to all the directions from the health authorities. They are the experts, and if we use a collaborative effort, I am sure that this can be handled and that this is a hurdle that we will get over. With those few words, all members in favor, all members in favor? Aye. Those against? No? I think the ayes have it. This honorable chamber stands suspended until right. Situation. Right. The question is that this estimates be postponed for further consideration. All those honorable members in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. Me think the ayes have it. Honourable Leader of Government Business.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the adjournment of the sitting until Friday, the 20th of March at 10 a.m.
The question is that this honourable chamber, be adjourned until Friday at 10 a.m. in the forenoon. All those honourable members in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. We think the ayes have it. This honourable chamber stands adjourned until Friday at 10 a.m. in the forenoon.